Hello, everybody. Hope you all are doing good out there. There is a sort of open tag going around where different knife guys are showing how they store their knives. I recently saw Radio Geek Blades do a video on it. If you haven't ever watched him, go check him out. I saw Boomer's Blades do a video on it. Again, if you haven't seen him, go check him out. And I heard that it was started by S.J. Relics and Restorations. I'm not exactly sure if that's where it started, but I believe that's right. So, either way, I thought I'd join in and show how I store my knives. I kind of go back and forth on this, but there's two ways I usually do it. The way that I store my knives the most is with these knife cases. I've got two of them right here, and these are my case knives. My other knives I store in a little rubber or plastic container with a snap-on lid. That's where I keep my Victorinox and my bucks and such. But my cases, I generally keep in these kind of containers like this. And this one right here is a clamshell, and you've got your zip-up pouch. If you open it up like that, you've got this. I guess it's like a cloth or velvet of some kind, and you can just put your knives in there like that. And it's got these elastic bands that are going to hold your knives in and keep them in place good. And this keeps them from getting scratched. And when you lay that over it, it keeps them from scratching on each other. If you're going to be moving your knives around very much, this is probably the best way to do it because it's more portable than a lot of the other ways. But this is one of my pouches that I keep a lot of knives in. The other one, though, is the one that I really like the design of. I believe this one was made by a company. I think it's titled United Cutlery, but it is a roll-up pouch. And to me, this is the best kind. It's so neat when you have one of these roll-up pouches, and somebody brings one in that you don't know, and they lay it down and they just roll it open and then open it up, and there's all these knives in that roll, all lined up and shined up. That's really cool, and so I kind of like the roll-up roll. This one has a handle on it. Again, I believe it's by United Cutlery. And then again, it's similar to the other one in that you're going to have your red cloth, and it just folds out, left and right, and that's how you can see how you can get to your knives. Again, you're going to have your elastic that goes from knife to knife. And this particular one has 3 rows. But this holds the knives in here very securely. That elastic does a good job. And then when you lay these flaps in, it keeps the knives from sliding out on the bottom. And then when you roll it up, it keeps them from sliding out on the edges. So this is a really good way to protect your knives and to carry your knives. It does a really good job at that. So this is the way that I carry my knives the most often, and the way I store them most often. But every now and then, I get to thinking that it's just easier. It takes up less room on my desk and so on. So sometimes I put them in a drawer I have. So this right here is my table, my desk. I preach a lot of sermons, and this is the desk I use when I'm writing up a sermon or whatever I'm doing. But there is a little hidden drawer down in the bottom of this desk, and the drawer just slides right out of there like that. So it's easy to pull out and to take around. And every now and then I will take my knives out of my knife case here, and I'll put them all in that drawer right there. This is an interesting story behind this table. This table, I was helping one guy clean out his house, and he was a woodworker, had a lot of old wood products left down in the basement, and we were bringing them out to our farm to burn them. And so we brought them out here, and I was throwing them all into our dry pond to burn these. And as I was doing it, I started noticing this dark color and this dark finish. And I thought, well, that's kind of odd. I wonder what that is. If I was to put it together, I wonder what it would make. So I took to pulling out all the pieces I saw that had this dark finish on it. And eventually I found this tabletop, this very top piece. And after I got everything else thrown in the burn pile, I went ahead and pulled my pulled all the pieces out together and assembled them. And after I got them assembled, I realized that it was a library table. And it's a pretty good library table. It's about 4 foot wide and probably about 30 inches from side to side. 4 foot in length, and width is about probably 30 inches. But it's got this little hidden drawer, and it just fits in there great. It has no handle on the drawer, but it's in there. And I thought that was just a neat table, and I've used it for years. So that's where this table come from. And it's kind of scarred up, kind of beat up, but it does what I need it to. But yeah, I either have my case knives in my pouches, or I've got them in my drawer in my table. So that's how I store my knives. Now, my Victorinox knives and my buck knives, I keep in one of these plastic containers. Something like this one right here. And it does a good job. It's not as good, it's not ideal, but it does a good job for what it is. So I'll put these in here and I'll store them in here. But yeah, it's been interesting to see how everybody stores their knives. Everybody seems to do it in a different way. So y'all out there, have a good day and keep your knives sharp.